all right, like this guy's the guy, like we're going with you now. Oh, there goes our thing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and today we're going to be asking the question and then answering it. Will Santiago Espinal, and should he, play third base for the Toronto Blue Jays? But before we get into that, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. And also, if you want to join Monkey Knife Fight or use our code for Manscaped, Today Jays is our code. You will save lots of money either way, and it would really help out the squad. So, let's just break straight into this man, Santiago Espinal. He has not done a whole lot in the major leagues, but what he has done has been pretty good, and specifically defensively. Any quick thoughts on the kid?
Well, of course, the reason why we're all bringing up this question, because he got the call to the show this year because of some injuries, and obviously Bigio was one of them, and Bigio was struggling, and then he replaced Bigio at third base for the Kansas City series that we recently seen, and he looked incredible.
He looked
with the
rock
eye.
solid, man.
With the eye. So everyone's like, dang, this guy looks good. You know, you go from a guy who was struggling at Bigio at third base to a guy who was rock solid, making great plays. I believe he's 15 for 15 in total completions this year, which is incredible. So my first thought is, dang, I wish we had, it's almost like a blessing into, you know what I mean? We have so many good guys on the team that we can't even put this other good guy in the lineup.
It does,
like, what
it does feel like that, man. It does feel like that. But, you know, to break it down further, guys, like Biggio has had a rough season over there, not only just at the bag, but also on the plate. You know, he is struggling with the bat. He is just struggling all over the place. Now, I don't know if that's because they moved him over to third. You know, he's obviously new over there. He is native to the second base bag, and we've seen before when guys move positions like that, how it affects their whole game. Do you think that might be affecting Biggio, like, at the plate too?
Very much it could be affecting him, dude. Like, this has been his worst position he's ever played in terms of fielding percentage at .933, and this has been the worst start to his season he's ever had. You know, what's he batting? I'm not sure if you got his number there.
I do, dude. It's ugly. It's 156 on the batting average. Like, the on base is still pretty good, 269.
Right. That's a staple.
But the OPS is 603 there, so like he's really just not hitting at all. Like, he is taking the occasional walk, and that's pretty much it. But even the walks nowadays, man, like, he doesn't look nearly as confident as he did in previous years when we've seen him. You know, it feels like coming into this year, you think about Biggio, and I think robot eye, dude. I think full out Terminator. Like, we got like some red like laser scopes on that shit. And this time he's definitely doing okay with regards to that, but I also feel like he's in between some pitches, you know?
He's just not fully ready and warmed up yet. He's still trying to figure out what his game plan approach is. I feel like he has a different approach and game plan every single time he comes up, whether, I'm going to attack first pitch here. Oh, you know what? Now I'm going to start laying off some pitches. I feel like he's not picking and isolating one pitch and starting to attack it. And if he does, he's whiffing and he's off balance. He's either, really late on the fastball or really early on the breaking stuff. So obviously Biggio is struggling.
Yeah.
So does this mean that we should be allowing Espinal to maybe take some more starting jobs over Biggio? Or should we let Biggio stay in the lineup every day like he's supposed to and figure it out?
Here, and that is the thing, dude, because I was also looking at their defensive WAR, and, Espinal, he's barely played, and he's still somehow managed to get accumulated a 0.3 defensive WAR in his little time that he's been in, which seems insignificant. But when you look at Biggio, who's got a 0 right now, right next to that spot, you start to think to yourself, okay, like maybe this guy is like a really solid rock over there defensively. So I don't know. I'm so in between here. Because Biggio, he's the future. He's part of the core. And you don't want to just, after a couple weeks, be like, screw the core.
Exactly.
But at the same time, we also have this other young guy who I think has earned the right to play.
Right.
So I don't know how we marry those two things.
Here's how I would marry it in my eyes. So obviously the only reason why he's getting a lot of playing time right now is because of the injuries to Springer and T.O., right? So once those guys come back, obviously there's going to be no place unless you're literally starting Espinal over Biggio. There's no place for Espinal to get a starting role. However, I would like to see Espanol being used as more of a late game defensive replacement kind of tool.
Right.
Or a guy to give that third base, maybe some middle in the infield, kind of like what Joe Panik's been doing, some days off. I would like that for him. Get some big league experience. Now, that would take away from a bit of his development, but I see Espanol being a guy of more of that tool. And realistically, this is totally going off topic to a different thing, but I don't want to stay on for too long, but he could be a trade piece because he could fit perfectly on another team that has a role for him. Right now, we don't have a job for him, but I like his defense, and I think he'd be a great late inning specialist to take over at third, either swapping 1-for-1 with Biggio to kind of replace that bat right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you, dude. I hear you. I feel like, like I can't automatically say, all right, like this guy's the guy, like we're going with you now. Oh, there goes our thing. Okay, whoops. But anyways, I can't immediately say like this is the dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I definitely want to see him play. So how many? Let's just run down Fantasyland right now.
Okay,
here.
yeah.
Like how many weeks of struggling Biggio do we allow before we start to go, oh, okay, like, you know, maybe Espinal needs to get in there. Biggio needs to start being this bench bat, you know?
Oh, it's going to have to be a lot of weeks for me. It's going to have to be, at least, honestly, halfway through the season.
Right.
If he's still hitting, literally, if he's doing exactly what he's doing right now, then honestly, a minor league trip might be a place for Biggio.
Totally agree.
Because we've not been afraid to do in the past. We've done it to Lourdes, right? We've literally done it to Tio. We've sent these guys on these minor league trips to clear their minds, and when they come back, they're usually better for it. So that would be mine. What about you? What would be your line?
I mean, it all depends exactly what the numbers are, but like he does look pretty ugly right now, and I'm okay to make that minor league trip a little bit sooner, knowing now that we have a guy like this who can step in for, you know, a week or so and be, you know, serviceable. Like right now, he's been better defensively and better with the bat. So
let me ask you, how much sooner? How much sooner if Biggio keeps going?
I don't know. Like if in a month from now, Biggio is still shitting the bed, like doing exactly what he's doing, send him down for a bit.
Okay, like for a week or so, just get his mind clear.
Yeah, for about, like, I don't want him there for too long. I still think he's part of the squad, but you know, go clear your head. Like if it's still like if he's approaching that like 200 at bat mark and we're still batting $156, like we're not looking good on the bases, like clearly like right now being in the majors is not helpful for you. It is not helpful for the team. It would be helpful for the team to get a guy like Espinal in who can at least do better just all around now. So
and especially defensively too, like our team has looked kind of sloppy. Literally Boston, by the way, this game is recorded before the second Boston game. Biggio is playing third in that game.
Cross your fingers, boys and girls.
Let's hope. But,
pray to God.
But we saw in the last game, Lourdes looked choppy, Bo looked choppy. Like it's just there's no consistency. So getting a guy like Espinal in there would be a nice fresh air.
Hey,
breath of fresh air.
Fantasyland here, all right?
Okay,
Let me just run you through Fantasyland.
More fantasy. Let's
what
go.
would you think about this? Like if we woke up one day and this was the lineup or this was their positioning. We saw Vlad at 1. We saw Biggio at 2. We saw Semien at shortstop, Espinal at third, and we saw Bo at DH.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great option. I mean, we've already kind of done the option where Simeon's taken over Bo and Bo plays DH.
Because Bo's not been very good either.
No, he hasn't been. I think we're all kind of like, we all know it, but we're like, okay, but we're not moving him because eventually you want this guy to actually be really great at shortstop.
Yes. And
I said to you the other night, I'm kind of leaning towards the board. You know, I'm on board a little bit with the idea of Bo moving to second, you know, because there is a lot of shortstops coming up in this class. If we do actually get one and get him for a longer contract, or we decide to go with the Austin Martin or Groshans route, now we have 2 middle infielder options, young guys.
See, I think what I just said there is not a long-term solution because you're right. We need Biggio to be serviceable defensively at some point.
Yes.
But if we're finding it that we are losing straight games because, you know, Biggio's struggling at third, like Bichette is bobbling the ball all the time. Like we are giving up stupid runs. I think that what I just said there could be a short-term solution to at least maybe like clear our heads a bit, get a little bit of momentum going with the bat because Biggio is comfortable at second.
Yeah.
We know Semion's good at shortstop, and we know that Espinal's good at third.
Well, here, I'll throw out a second solution. If you don't want Bichette to get off field, because I know Bichette loves being on the field as a competitor, just flip-flop Semien and Bichette. Just switch them.
Yeah.
Just switch them. Maybe take a little pressure off. Who knows? But his bat is still hot, so maybe you don't want to touch with that. Touch him like even close to that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But to get back to Espinal, should he be playing starting third base? I think the answer is we got to wait and see at least another month before any of those decisions start being made.
But I definitely want to be seeing him on the field in between now and then. But,
I would like him coming in as a replacement at the end because I think that is a big brain move because we got to get our best defense, win the games on the line. Hopefully tonight is that night. So
and let's face it, I love this guy off the bench. He is awesome off the bench. 26 years old, they're still upside, so who knows? Who knows? But let us know what you think in the comments down below, guys, about Santiago Espinal and what the hell our team should be doing about the defense. Like we said, Biggio, Bichette, even some of the outfielders, they're not looking too hot. This is clearly a problem. I want to hear solutions in the comments.
That might even be another video coming up. So if you want to see that, let us know, guys. And you guys check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radio Public, and Breaker. And you guys check us out on our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that jazz. And as well, guys, Monkey Knife Fight and Manscaped. Promo code today, Jays. Make sure to use Manscaped soon because our promo code may only last another 10-ish days. So if you want to use the Manscaped, get 20% off free shipping. Make sure to use today, Jays. And as well, guys, Patreon, $3 a month. Wine on wine.
Other things.
Come on that. I was trying to look for my Blue Jays Today merchandise today, but I could not find it.
You don't have your Blue Jays
I was
today?
trying to find it. It's probably I have a lot of laundry, so
right. Okay. Well, you'll get your life together and your laundry together, and we'll get you your shirt for sure.
I mean, I will. I'm the one that has to do the laundry.
Okay. Well, good stuff. I hope so.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And go Jays, go.